Well, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this is not working. So let's get open for business here and let's wake up those football guys. Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. I hope everybody is ready for the weekend. And this is a very, very big day if you are the Dallas Cowboys, because today is the last day of rookie school, which means this is the last talking about practice until training camp. Today's the 18th. The Cowboys will be at Oxnard on the 22nd having practice. It's a month and a couple of days away, and as we look down, we see we're only 83 days, 10 hours, 54 minutes, and 10 seconds away from kickoff against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm amazed at how quickly time has been flying by. You know, it seems like the off seasons, and maybe it's because I'm getting older, because your perception when you get older is different. If you're a 5-year-old and you think about a year, that's a fifth of your life. Well, if you're 50 years old, you know, a year is only a 50th of your life. So it seems like such a short time. So maybe that's it. But it seems like this season is coming fast and furious. Now, the NFL put out guidelines. They're not saying you have to get a COVID shot. No, you don't have to at all. If you opt out of getting one, then they're saying, that's cool. That's cool. They say, that's cool. However, you are subject to fines of $50,000 if you don't, and you are seen at the club, at the bar, at the restaurant, hanging out in a big fat party. So in a way, the NFL is kind of putting a gun to the player's head and saying, you don't have to get it, but your ass better be at home, because you're not going to be risking the NFL and everything else for it. Rightly or wrongly, it's their job. I mean, this is their workplace, and they set up the rules of how they expect it to be followed. We've had some players out there that have kind of said, you know, they want to know more about it and so on and everything else. I'm trying to remember which Washington football defensive lineman said that he doesn't need to get a vaccine because he ain't got COVID.
Something. Honestly, as stupid as stupid does.
Are you
Okay.
crazy?
The vaccine helps to prevent you from getting COVID, my man. I'm just saying, it's not a cure for COVID. If you have COVID, getting the shot is like closing the barn door after the animals are out. It's too late. It's a waste. So there's that. Now, as far as the Dallas Cowboys go, this is my personal opinion. And, you know, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. My opinion is, through the course of last year and this year, last year began a process where we turned the page from Jason Garrett. I don't even want to say the name, but turn the page from Jason Garrett. It was a disaster. I'll be the first one to say that it was. I'll say because we were dealing with the whole pandemic, as well as being a disaster for the whole world and the whole country. But that began the process of change. And sometimes when you change, and sometimes in life, when things happen, they may not seem good at the time, but you look back later on and say, you know what, that had to happen for us to end up getting where we wanted to be. And I think about myself in life, because come Wednesday, I'm going to have surgery on my meniscus on my right knee. And hopefully it'll help to alleviate some of the pain and can help me get back on track again, because, brother, I got a lot of things I got to accomplish before I start taking that dirt nap. And I don't plan on slowing down anytime soon. I ended up getting a flesh-eating bacteria in my knee, the one that's getting worked on. I lost my job that I really liked. My marriage went to crap and got a divorce. And at that time, I was just like, this is the end of the world. Everything is so fucked up. It can't get any better. It's like literally everything is just destroyed. How can this ever get better? But what that began was it began a process of change. It was difficult change. I was comfortable with everything before I had the flesh-eating bacteria. But it started me because I wasn't able to really work as a regular job for a while I was recovering. It started me doing short, odd jobs and making pieces of furniture for people. And that led on to me starting my own company, doing as a general contractor, doing custom cabinets and furniture and woodworking and things. It taught me skills and things, and it set me on a different path than where I was headed. It was great working for, as a building engineer and stuff. Easy job, go around checking the properties and things. But I couldn't see myself doing that now. This opened up a whole new door. I've ended up getting with, a woman that I fell in love with in college, finally got together with her, been together 18 years. So out of those ashes of tragedy, change happened and we got better. So back to the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys, it was catastrophic. That was like, you could felt like, in fact, I do believe last season felt like the flesh-eating bacteria, okay? It was just literally just spreading and growing. And it was just ugly, from the players almost revolting and basically saying, hey, it's too complex. Players looking lost in the field. That was just terrible, where we literally had to cut some of those pieces out of the situation and start over, start regrowing. And that's what the Cowboys have done. And because that season was so bad, it made it that much easier to start the process because of having high draft picks. Had we limped through the season like we always would, where we're 8-8 or, 7-9 and things like that, where it's not really rock bottom, if we are, 9-7 and maybe make the playoffs or get close, we just kind of tweak a little bit of this here or there. But because things were so bad, we had to cut out all the dead, flesh-eating crap for the Cowboys. And it may not be that this is the year for the Cowboys to challenge that Super Bowl. I don't know. But you have to look at it from the standpoint of we literally dropped in age about 2.5 years of the players. We've got younger, we've got faster, we've got longer length. And we have some pieces in there. You got to look around and you look at a CeeDee Lamb and say he could be one of the top receivers. You got one of the quarterbacks that's definitely a top 5 quarterback. And as much as people trash Zeke Elliott, every year he's been a top 10 running back, even in down years. And with a bit of luck, this core group of guys has an opportunity to start the process of building to get better and better. There's going to be a lot of bumps along the way. But I really feel like this offseason will help catapult the Dallas Cowboys, because I look at it from the standpoint of saying that if nothing else, they should be better coached than they were last year. They should be on the same page, which they weren't last year. Just having the OTAs and the practices and the mini camp and working out together, they should be in a great situation. And as far as my quarterback and the wide receivers, I can guarantee you they're over at Dak's house putting in the work on a daily basis and probably having some fun after doing the work too. And I look at this and say, this team is ready to change the narrative. This team is ready to get rid of that bad taste. And this team is ready to start rolling for the next couple of years. Now, we'll see if Mike McCarthy's the guy. We'll find out if Dan Quinn is as advertised. We'll find out if all the hype of everybody being in great shape, from Zeke Elliott and Tyron Smith and stuff, if their bodies are going to hold up. And if they do, if we can get 80% of the hype, 80% of the hype that we've had this offseason, we should be pretty good. So, that being said, I am just back from getting back in last night and dealing with my fish pond that had a leak that I could not figure out till I finally figured it out was in the pond last night. Trying to get that squared away, got it done so it doesn't go. I've got a bunch of racks that I'm behind on because I've been down the country working on a rental property. And if you have rental properties or if you have home issues and things like that, check out my other channel. I've had people who kind of like, I thought this was a Cowboys channel. Why are you doing woodworking or cooking? So I've been taking my woodworking and general contracting and home repairs and stuff, and that's actually on my Joe Boo Day Job channel. And I'm trying to get that stuff over there. And, there's a little bit of everything in there. If you got how to deal with broken pipes and hot water heaters and changing windows. And I'll continue to populate that with more and more videos as I deal with different situations. So if you like that, definitely check it out, subscribe to it, and so on. Also, too, there's been other people that have been like, hey, I want more recipes. Now that we are now hitting into the dead time, this is the silly season of the NFL because you're going to be hearing all kinds of rumors and trades and bullshit because everybody is trying to keep your attention because it's a month before training camp and they don't want to lose you because once they lose you, you get forgotten. But I'll be doing some more cooking videos and things for you guys. In fact, we have our friend Allie who's here. So I'm thinking about getting a tomahawk steak and doing a nice slow cook with that this weekend. So that might be kind of cool. You might enjoy that one. With that being said, I got work to do, and I know you got places to be. I'm Mark Holmes, and Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report.